go. Let it roll right off your shoulder, don't you know? The hardest part is over, let it in. Let your clarity define you in the end. We will only just remember how it feels. Our lives made these small hours, these little wonders, these twists and turns of fate. Time falls away. These small hours, these small hours still remain. Let it fly. Let your troubles fall behind you. Let it shine till you feel it all around you. And I don't mind if it's me you need to turn to. We'll get by. It's the heart that really matters in the end. Our lives are made in these small hours, these little wonders, these twists and turns of fate. Time falls away. These small hours, these small hours still remain. All of my regret will wash away somehow, but I cannot forget the way I feel right now. In these small hours, these little wonders, these twists and turns of fate, every twist and turns of fate, time falls away. Yeah, but these small hours, these small hours still remain. They still remain. These little wonders, oh, these twists and turns of fate, time falls away. But these small hours, these little wonders still remain. Let it go. Let it roll right off your shoulder, don't you know? The hardest part is over, let it in. Let your clarity define you in the end. We will only just remember how it feels. Our lives are made in these small hours, these little wonders, these twists and turns.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Darren Fleischacker, and I am honored to be one of the Masters of Ceremonies this afternoon. Clearview Public School Division is honored to be on the traditional meeting grounds, gathering places, and traveling routes of the many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit whose footsteps have marked these lands for time immemorial. Today we give respect to our Treaty 6, Treaty 7, and Métis friends who were the original caretakers, elders, and knowledge keepers of the land where we live, learn, and play. Treaty 6 is the traditional land of the Cree, Saulteaux, Blackfoot, Dene, and Nakota Sioux. Treaty 7 is the traditional land of the Blackfoot Confederacy, including Siksika, Piikani, Kainai, and Tsuut'ina Nation, and the Stoney Nakoda First Nations. This land is part of Region 3, the traditional territory of the Métis. On behalf of Maya Pren, President of the Students' Union, it is my privilege this afternoon to welcome you to the graduation ceremony of 2025. On behalf of all of our staff, we congratulate all of our graduates on reaching this milestone. Before we begin the program, there are a few announcements. And I'm kidding when I say a few, there's 8. But they're legal things. In order to comply with fire regulations, we'd like to bring to your attention to the following. Please note the location of the marked fire exit nearest you and follow it in the event of an emergency. Please ensure that chairs are not moved into designated fire aisles. These aisles must be, it was underlined, kept clear all afternoon. Please ensure that chairs stay within their taped area. Number 2, please check that your cell phone is silenced for the duration of our ceremony. Slight pause. Number 3, washrooms can be accessed outside the gym near the main entrance or down the lower academic hallway. For those of you seated in the balcony, washrooms are located to the left when you exit the balcony. After Mrs. Shepard's principal's remarks, there will be a 5-minute break for pictures. 5 minutes, not more. Everyone is invited to come to the front to take photos at that time. During the presentation of the diplomas, a professional photographer will take a picture of each graduate as he or she receives their diploma. These pictures are provided at no charge to the graduate. We would ask that you do not come down the center aisle to take pictures during the diploma presentation, because it obstructs the view of others in the audience and interferes with the quality of the professional photos. During the presentation of the diplomas, we encourage a polite applause for each graduate. The staff and students wish this ceremony to be a formal and dignified recognition for all students. I'm up to number 7. Once the formal ceremony ends and the grads exit, there will be a 10-minute intermission to clear the floor for the Grand March. Those presently seated on the floor facing the graduates inside the Grand March area will be able to sit in the grad bleachers for the Grand March. Those presently seated on the north, west, and south ends of the gym can remain seated. Number 8, last one. Following the Grand March, the grads will have their class waltz and then the parent waltz. The remaining dances will allow other family members and friends to share dances with their grad. I got my 2 thumbs up. Please remain seated for the entry of the grads in the processional. It is indeed my pleasure to welcome the William E. Hay Stettler Secondary Campus and William E. Hay Stettler Outreach Campus graduating class of 2025.
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, Show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. I hope you never look back, but you never forget all the ones who love you in the place you left. I hope you always forgive and you never regret, and you help somebody every chance you get. Oh, you find God's grace in every mistake and always give more than you take. But more than anything, yeah, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. My wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. This is my wish. I hope you know somebody loves you. May all your dreams stay big.
Please stand for the singing of O Canada. After the playing of our national anthem, please be seated for the gratitude speech by Amy Aiken.
Good afternoon, guests, staff, and fellow graduates. My name is Amy Aiken, and it is my honor to be able to stand before you all today and try to capture the gratitude that we owe for everyone who has had a part in making this day possible over the last 12 years. Firstly, a thank you to all the teachers and admin who genuinely cared and held a passion for our education. I hope that you can be excited not just to see us go, but feel pride to see us enter the world carrying your lessons with us. Thank you to all the support staff, board members, and people working behind the scenes who orchestrate the complex structure that this high school is. Thank you to all the coaches, mentors, and extracurricular providers who made spaces for us to explore our interests and find community. A very special thank you to everyone celebrating with us today, those here physically as well as those who couldn't be with us. To all our friends and family members, your love and support was the foundation of our success. And last, but certainly not least, a congratulations to my fellow graduates of 2025 for whom this entire celebration is about. To have made it to the end of 12 demanding years is an accomplishment that proves your integrity and resilience, and I hope you're all very proud. Thank you, everyone. We did it.
Good afternoon, everyone, honored guests and fellow graduates. My name is Maya Pren, and as this year's Student Council President, it's my privilege to stand before you as your Masters of Ceremonies on this special day. We are fortunate to gather with friends and family to celebrate this memorable day. For the next few hours, I gladly ask you to sit back and enjoy. To begin, I would like to introduce our honored guests. I ask that the guests stand as acknowledged and the audience hold their applause until all guests are introduced. Representing the Clearview Public School members are the following: Board Chair, Mr. Guy Neitz, Mr. Greg Hayden, Mr. John Schofer, and Mrs. Becky Scott. Sending their regrets this afternoon are Board Vice Chair, Ms. Shauna Lee Thompson, and Board Chair members, Ms. Erica Grice and Mrs. Kim Smythe. Other honored guests joining us this afternoon are Superintendent of Clearview Public Schools, Mr. Scott Leese, Deputy Superintendent of Clearview Public Schools, Mr. Darren Van Oors, on behalf of the Town of Stettler, Councillor Gord Lawler, and on behalf of the County of Stettler, Reeve Larry Clark. Please join me in welcoming our honored guests. Today I stand before you honored on behalf of the graduating class of 2025. Following Amy's wonderful speech, I'd like to echo her gratitude and extend a heartfelt thank you and welcome to everyone who's joined us today, and to those who've supported us throughout this entire journey. Whether you've been cheering us on from the sidelines or guiding us every step of the way, we truly couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for your patience, your love, and your tolerance, especially for putting up with us. We'll admit we've been a bit of a handful sometimes. I also want to take a moment and acknowledge the incredible people seated behind me. Thank you for the memories, the laughter, the growth, and the unforgettable moments we've shared. Each of you has earned their seat today, and I can't wait to see where life takes you. Congratulations. And now, class of 2025, it's time to change focus. We've spent the last 12 years together bound by the journey for answers. We've been guided by bubble sheets and ruled by the almighty red pen. We studied for answers, stayed up late for answers, prayed we'd remember the answers, and we only got a reward if we got it right. The red pen would award us with a check mark. And our other success was clearly marked in the tidy percent on the top left-hand corner of our page. 12 years spent chasing correctness. 12 years seeking the approval of that almighty red pen. But now it's time we change. It's now time to value the questions. We no longer need to list the 5 W's. It's time to explore them, to seek the why, and find comfort in the gray. And if I'm being honest, I'm still struggling with this. I can regurgitate answers, I thrive on meticulously filling in the circles, and I feel confident when there's actually a formula to solve for X. Though I'm beginning to see that now is the time for the questions. Who do I want to be? What do I want to see? And what is the legacy I want to leave? How will I know when I've achieved success without seeing the red percentage on the top of the corner? Am I using my gifts? And do I even like matcha? Now we must embrace that the almighty red pen is no longer in the hands of another. Today we all get our own pen. We're all in charge. That red pen is now in each one of your hands. We make the notes, we make the corrections, and we decide the questions on the next chapter test. We even get to pick the answer key. It's no longer A, B, C, or D, but me, you, us, and we. The era of memorizing answers is over, and the era of chasing questions is beginning. Change your focus and chase. Now we will have a musical performance by Theo and Cabo. Please join me in welcoming Theo to the stage. Thank you, Theo, for sharing your remarkable talent with us. I would now like to call upon our principal, Mrs. Miranda Shepard, to give her remarks to the graduating class of 2025.
Good afternoon, parents, guardians, friends, distinguished guests, staff, students, and most importantly, our graduates. My name is Miranda Shepard, and I have the privilege and honor of serving as the principal of William E. Hayes Stetler Secondary Campus and Stetler Outreach Campus. Today, we come together to celebrate an honorable achievement, the completion of high school. You've reached the end of one chapter and now stand at the beginning of another. Your last 12 years have been far more than curriculum and exams. They've been about connection, building relationships, learning from mistakes, facing challenges, and growing stronger because of them. They've been about discovering what matters to you, what you believe in, and what kind of person you want to become. Graduates, I encourage you to take a quiet moment today to think about the people who walked this journey with you, the ones who stood beside you through the good and the difficult, through the highs and the lows. Your parents, your grandparents, your guardians, your siblings, teachers, educational assistants, bus drivers, coaches, and mentors. They've been your cheerleaders, your supporters, and sometimes your guiding compass. Share your gratitude with them today and carry that gratitude forward always. There will be moments ahead when you feel unsure about yourself, when the path forward isn't clear. In those times, remember the people who helped you reach this milestone. Return to the values that they taught you, the support that they offer, and the love that they gave freely. Those roots will keep you grounded when the world around you feels uncertain. Because make no mistake, the world that you are stepping into is far different from the ones your parents and your teachers encountered at your age. It's more connected, more complex, and so much louder. But here's the good news. You're ready. The lessons that you have learned about resilience, about integrity, about kindness and courage, they will serve as your compass. They will help you stay true to yourself, even in the noise. And if there is any class that's showing that it's ready to walk boldly into that world, it is this one. True to form, this year's graduating class chose not to adopt a theme. And in many ways, that decision speaks volumes. You've never been one to follow a script. You don't need a slogan or a label to define you. You've shown us through your choices, your creativity, and your spirit that you are each authentically and unapologetically yourselves. You are a class defined not by conformity, but by courage. Not by categories, but by character. Not by a theme, but by a deep and quiet strength in knowing exactly who you are. That is something that I deeply admire. And that is why I believe, with complete confidence, that you will move forward in this complex world with clarity, with purpose, and with success. In all the ways that truly matter, you have made us proud. These past years have revealed the best of who you are and the best of what you're capable of. You have shown heart, integrity, and perseverance. And those are the qualities that will carry you far, whatever path you choose. On behalf of the staff and students at William E. Hayes Stetler Secondary Campus and Stetler Outreach Campus, congratulations to the class of 2025. Thank you. Don't clap yet. Thank you for everything that you have brought to our school. Thank you for keeping us all on our toes all the time. Thank you for leaving it better than you found it. And above all, thank you for being exactly who you are. As you all know, you will hold a very special place in my heart. We are proud of you, we believe in you, and we cannot wait to see what you do next. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2025.
Thank you, Mrs. Shepard, for your inspiring words. There will now be a brief 5-minute photo break. Please feel free to come forward and take a few photos. I would now ask you to please take your seats so we can resume the ceremony. Thank you for your cooperation. All right, now we will reminisce upon our years together with Jenna Nielsen, Liam Deshane, and McKenna Hogg, who will share the class history.
Good afternoon, family, friends, teachers, honored guests, and of course, our fellow graduates. As part of the graduating class of 2025, we would like to walk you through some of our best moments that led us to wearing swimming goggles and floaties around the school.
We begin with our days in elementary school, where we ruled the four-square courts, becoming very competitive against each other and constantly calling feet redo because we didn't want to wait in the line that wrapped around the whole square. Our grade was most memorable for our lunchtime shenanigans, from a student running into the class yelling, "The toilet exploded," while holding a wet sock in his hand, to watching Fortnite videos on the smartboard and playing mini baseball with our yogurt tubes. Before we went to grade 6 camp, our last memory was when Reese decided his Cheerios needed to be warmed up by using the microwave. Let's just say the whole hallway smelled like burnt cereal. Grade 6 camp was definitely a memorable experience, from flipping canoes to the boys wrestling while being cheered on by the one and only Dave Eggleston. This was also our first time meeting the Botha kids.
Coming from Botha, where Connor and I ruled the school, in particular working as security for a kindergarten student, the first thing I noticed when coming to Stettler was the fact that I couldn't touch the roof of the gym with a floor hockey stick. I was expecting to see many new faces, but unfortunately, I had to start seeing them online. However, that did not stop our grade from making junior high memorable. The next year and a half was spent FaceTiming on house party during our classes, and then going to the outdoor rink and playing hockey with 30 other people.
Coming back in grade 8 was like a second first day of junior high. Mr. Nixon's TA gave him quite a headache. Whether it was a student making tacos in the middle of class, convincing our sub we were all in Cat 4-H, or constantly asking to go to the track after tripping each other. Sorry about that one, Malcolm. It is safe to say that teachers were always on their toes. The shenanigans didn't stop in elementary, the 5-6 Madison being one of the highlights, though I won't go any further into that. The boys were banned for going outside for 2 weeks after they collectively agreed to barge through the 2 teachers trying to discipline them. Out of the many grade 8 memories we had, these are just a few we were allowed to say.
Moving on to grade 9, our math class collectively struggled to the point where we were in a seating arrangement based on our test marks. But that aside, we started to get a feel of more freedom and enjoyed lunch off campus. Through no fault of our own, grade 9 camp wasn't looking too hot for us, but our teachers pulled through and took us to the beautiful Big Knife Provincial Park, where we resorted back to our grade 6 camp ways, going on hikes through the mud and the coulees, and flipping even more canoes. And if you couldn't already tell, our class is not very good on the water.
You would think with how competitive we were in gym class, we'd be good on the courts. But in fact, we're the opposite. With injuries that we received during gym class, such as a few broken arms, a broken jaw, and several popped out knees, you would think the school would have to look at getting a new insurance policy.
And if you're wondering how our grade 7 girls basketball team did, just go check out Garrett's TikTok. The rest of the years of volleyball and basketball, well, let's just say we had a lot of fun. We have many amazing track, cross-country, badminton, football, and rugby players that showed great achievements. But we gotta give it to the archery team for carrying the winnings of our school and their theater kids for providing some amazing entertainment.
Coming into high school was an easy transition for us. Our lunch shenanigans moved from the balcony to the parking lot, and we started to get a real taste of high school freedom. And as we started to get our licenses, more and more excuses arose as to why we were late to class.
Adding to some of our new freedoms was the chance to go on school trips again. Our grade was lucky enough to go on 2 separate trips to Quebec. One with the French class, and one was an exchange trip. The French class had fun, while those of us on the exchange was a different experience. Some of our archery team were also selected to compete in South Africa and had the honor to represent the school's athletics on a global level.
Diploma season came around, and with that came snow and cold weather, which led to some of us out-of-town kids not having to write them.
And while we are sure that everyone behind us will walk out of this building for the last time with a smile on their face, and particularly reminiscing the time that we spent here together in these hallways, with or without our goggles and floaties on behalf of the three of us to our classmates, congrats and good luck on your future endeavors.
Thank you very much, Jenna, Liam, and McKenna, for that entertaining recap of our school days. Today is not only special and significant for the graduates, but also for our parents, guardians, family, and friends who supported us getting to this memorable day. On behalf of the graduates, it's my pleasure to introduce Sarah McPherson, who will present the tribute to the parents, and her parents, Martha and Terry McPherson, who will reply.
Good afternoon, family, friends, teachers, and community members. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sarah McPherson, and I am honored to be standing in front of you today on behalf of our 2025 graduating class here at William E. Hay to give to the toast to the parents and guardians. I told myself I would keep this short and sweet, so I will try my very best. There is no way to put into words the gratitude my peers and I have for you all and what you have done to help us reach this milestone. All of the responsibilities you have as parents are far from limited, but we are forever grateful for all of the memories made over the years. You watched us take our first steps, learn our first words, and let us help out with great patience, even if you were in a rush, because we were all so determined to prove how independent we could be. You watched us switch from princess dresses and superhero costumes to these beautiful dresses and suits, and the truth is, no matter how old we get, we will always need a little bit of help from our parents. Whether that be calling dad up when that lovely check engine light comes on in your vehicle and you have no idea what is going on, or calling mom to ask how that magic oven thing cooks your supper when you move out. No matter how much we deny it, we will need help. And just know, you're on speed dial. It truly does not go unnoticed, the countless hours, days, and occasional weekends you never once complained about giving up so we could play sports and do our extracurriculars. You always showed up being our number one supporters, not because you had to, but because you wanted to. Our first true taste of freedom arguably came when we got our licenses. And I'm sure, as terrifying as it was to watch us drive off on our own and do loser laps around town, it must have been a relief to feel a restored sense of freedom for yourselves, knowing that there was one less kid begging for rides. We could always count on you to be our biggest cheerleader, or sometimes our shoulder to cry on after tough days. Growing up, having you to rely on whenever we need is greatly appreciated, even if you don't always appreciate the 3 a.m. phone calls for a ride home. The past 12 years would have been a disaster if we didn't have you as our guidance, support, and voice of reason. I know there have been times when we get mad at each other, say things we don't mean, and hold grudges, but let's be honest, those never last long because we learn to forgive and forget. You have pushed us to be better every day, let us make mistakes, and struggle to find our way, all of which have shaped us into the strong, resilient, kind, and caring people we are today. As we all move out onto our own next adventure, whatever that may look like, it is hard to know what obstacles we will face, who we will become, and where we will end up. However, the one thing I am certain of is that all these lessons our parents have taught us will be useful at some point in our journey. Thanks to you, we know to never give less than our best effort, no matter how hard the task. We know to work hard for what we desire, and most importantly, never give up. As we venture out on our own, I think it is comforting to know that you are always just a phone call away whenever we need a good chat or some advice. I know each of us will try our hardest to be the best version of ourselves as a true reflection of the amazing job you all did raising us. I know growing up, we were all told to cherish the fun times as they fly by in the blink of an eye. And looking back on those days, you were right. We may hate to admit it, but you were. I am honored to be surrounded by such an amazing grad class, which is a true testament to the great young adults you all raised. With that being said, I would like to ask my fellow grads to join me in standing and giving a round of applause to our parents.
Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, allow me to introduce you to myself. I'm Terry McPherson, and this is my wife, Martha. On behalf of the proud parents here today, I'd like to start by expressing how just incredibly honored and grateful we are to be part of this celebration. Today is not just a milestone for our graduates, it's a milestone for all of us who have watched them grow, learn, and persevere. A few short years ago, you walked through those front doors wide-eyed and full of hope. Today you walk across the stage as graduates, ready to start the next chapter of your lives. Time has flown by faster than any of us could have imagined. As you remember back to the start of your time at William E. Hay, maybe you remember nervously clutching your schedule, anxious about lockers and hallways, and trying to find your people. You took a breath, you put one foot in front of the other, and found your place participating in bands, concerts, Wildcat productions, Wildcat athletics, clubs, fundraisers, pep rallies, and school-wide assemblies. Those moments piled into laughs, friendships, even inside jokes that only you understand. And the new sayings, we as parents don't even try to understand.
But as you chase new dreams in college, in jobs, in adventures you've only dared to imagine, I want to borrow a verse from the Rec Laws. Make mistakes, lose your way, get some dirt on your boots, call your mom, write your friends, ones that were there for you. Remember all the little people when your dreams come true. Now don't forget your roots. Roots are everything. They're the parents who stayed up late helping with schoolwork. They're the coaches who pushed you past fatigue, the teachers who believed in your potential and when you doubted yourself, the friends who laughed with you through every triumph and setback. Our roots ground us. They remind us of where we came from and keep us steady when the wind picks up ahead. Whether you're heading off to explore a trade, post-secondary schooling, or jumping straight into the workforce, keep those roots close. Stay connected to the people who have poured their time, energy, and faith into you. Give back. Write a note. Drop by a practice, and send a text of gratitude. The support network that carried you to this day will be the same network that catches you if you stumble tomorrow. And speaking of staying on course, there's another line that feels perfect for your send-off. This is one from Dallas Smith. Keep it between the ditches, and I hope you find what you're looking for, maybe a little more. To me, this means to stay true to your values, your goals, and your personal morals. Life will offer distractions, some tempting, some downright daunting, but don't veer off your path. Trust your instincts, believe in your work ethic. Remember the late nights, early mornings, and the lessons you learned when nothing came easy. I hope you find what you're looking for. That's the dream we all share. Some of us are looking for a passion and a career. Others are seeking new friendships, a deeper purpose, or a challenge that pushes us beyond our comfort zones. Wherever your search takes you, keep moving. Stay curious. Be bold enough to change course if you need to. And never forget that each of us defines success in a unique way. Don't let anyone else write your story for you. Nope. So, class of 2025, stand tall, take a deep breath, and step into the world with confidence. Be bold, be kind, be true to who you are and to where you came from. Live boldly, love deeply, fail forward. Trust yourself more than the noise around you. This world doesn't need your perfection, it needs your presence. You're just getting started. Congratulations, and here's to finding exactly what you're looking for.
Thank you, McPherson family, for your touching words. It is now time for the moment we've all been waiting for, the presentation of the diplomas. Presenting the diplomas to the graduating class of 2025 will be Mrs. Shepard, assisted by Mr. Flyshacker and Mrs. Ennedy.
Every student receiving a diploma this afternoon has worked to earn the necessary requirements, and we congratulate them all on their efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 2025. Mercedes McLean. Maya Pren. Sarah McPherson. Amy Kirby. Paige Marie Bruce. Alexa Herzog. Alyssa Mulgrove. Ainsley Kendall. Samantha McNeil. Maddie Gerard. Olivia Mack. Tori Andrews. Shaylee Snowden. Leah Chesla. Nevaeh DeWitt. Damaris Pell. Summer Baskey. Liliana Bulazuk. Shelby Lang. Cassie Walgenbaugh. Leah Duff. Piper Shea Simpson. McKenna Hansel. Isabella Pineda. Emma Ramstad. Carly Sandbeck. Manya Schnettler. Humphrey Hoffelina. Julia Nichols. Kingston Brown. Tristan Rempe. Kingsley Brown. James Sparks. Mason Tucker. Sean Hunt. Taylor Watt. Amy Aiken. McKenna Hogg. Yane Kwan. Jenna Nielsen. August Rowenspies. Annika Harris. Megan Shriver. Lottie Levers. Katie Eggleston. Samantha Boak. Jenny Bond. Kiera Belkey. Kira Halverson. Michaela Brecker. Sienna Elliott. Sadie Speakman. Larissa Crow Schumann. Kaylee Zimmer. Emma Jack. Charity Quantz. Kira Smith. Reg Jones. Jana Weatherly. Beretta Miller. Haley Laird. Ruth Okorafor. Chime Tebow. Claire Bunting. Wyatt Fulton. Benjamin Gowing. Ethan Westbury. Seth Sharp. Chance Robinson. Diesel Sharp. Vas Calienteris. Logan Klapik. Liam Deshane. Theo Encabo. Ethan Rabb. Cale Norman. Jackson Jones. Wesley Pocket. Leland Dittman. Slade Perry. Will Land. Garrett Reisler. Cody Warford. Carver Shingoose. Archer Hunt. Wyatt Jackie. Rigel Fox. Troy Mailer. Connor Nixon. Deegan Gebhardt. Tristan Fournier. Bryson Anderson. Logan Wheat. Malcolm Martin Roasting. Ashton Tebow Pierce Selstrom. Cole Lang. Ashton Tebow. Dylan Latham. Joshua Paul. Landon Burrows. Zaul Pantoja Ramos. Logan Taylor. Seth Baird. Samuel Lizay. Nathan Roberts. Zane Schiffner. Reese Cheater. Nathan Deaver.
I would now like to welcome more musical talent to the stage: Amy Aiken, Amy Kirby, and Amy Kwan.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part,
So much of me is made of what I've learned from you.
you'll be with me
Like a
handprints on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind of the sea, like a sea drop by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for.
But then I guess we know there's blame to share.
And none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind of the sea, like a stream that meets like a sea drop by a boy through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. Because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Goodness, thank you guys. Well, thank you, Amy, and Amy for that beautiful performance. Now it's my pleasure to introduce William E. Hayes' class of 2025 valedictorian, Mercedes McLean. The valedictorian is the student who has the highest academic average throughout grades 10, 11, and 12 at William E. Hayes Secondary Campus. Beyond achieving high school academics, Mercedes has played volleyball since grade 5. You might also see her these days working at the Cooley Tea House in Denelda. This fall, she's enrolled in biochemistry at the University of Alberta. Please join me in honoring William E. Hayes' class of 2025 valedictorian, Mercedes McLean.
Good afternoon, everyone. To our teachers, educational assistants, administrators, families, mentors, friends, and most of all, to the graduating class of 2025, congratulations, we made it. Today is more than just the end of high school. It's a milestone that marks all of the challenges we've overcome, the lessons we've learned, both in and out of the classroom, and the people we've become along the way. As we celebrate this moment, it's also a time to reflect on the path that brought each of us here, a path that for many of us did not always feel easy or clear. In grade 3, my family moved from the busy city life of Edmonton to the not-so-busy village of Donalda. After we moved there, I felt out of place. I didn't always know why, but I often felt like I didn't fit in. That feeling came with a mix of anxiety and loneliness. I worried about whether I'd make friends or be accepted. Sometimes it felt like I was just watching life happen without really being a part of it. Then, a few years later, when it was time to move again, this time to the much bigger town of Stettler for high school, that same familiar fear returned, only amplified. The school was enormous compared to what I was used to. The hallway seemed endless, and the crowd felt overwhelming. I felt that uncomfortable, out-of-place feeling all over again. It was terrifying to think I had to start over to find my place in a world so much bigger than what I had known. But gradually, that feeling began to fade. The people around me, my classmates and my teachers, played a big part in that. School wasn't always easy. There were days when it seemed like assignments, tests, and projects were piling up faster than I can handle. Like in 20-1 when me and Amy Kwan left 15 assignments to be done in the last couple days of school. Sorry about that, Miss Smythe. However, the teachers here saw us as more than just students chasing grades. They saw us as individuals doing their best, even when life felt overwhelming. They recognized our struggles, met us with patience, and reminded us that we were more than the challenges we faced. And in an unexpected way, those shared challenges drew us together. We leaned on each other, students supporting students, teachers cheering us on as we all tried to make sense of the chaos together. It formed a bond that went simply beyond sharing a classroom. We found laughter in the stress and reassurance in the fact that we weren't alone. We all made that classic hopeful promise to wake up early and do it in the morning. And not once, not even once, did that actually happen. Instead, there were late nights fueled by caffeine, last-minute study sessions, and plenty of moments where we laughed about how terrible we were at sticking to our own plans. Those imperfect moments, the struggles, the laughs, the collective sighs, are what made the experience memorable. They reminded us that school wasn't just about grades. It was about growing together, resilience, and finding our people along the way. And although most classes, we gave it everything we had, some, let's be honest, we spent just as much time laughing as we did learning. Yes, Miss Serenity, I'm talking about your Chemistry 2030 class, but don't let it go to your head. Right now, as we sit on the edge of what's next, university, college, work, travel, or whatever path we're choosing, we're thinking about the future. And honestly, that future feels exciting, but also a little terrifying, because no matter how many plans we've made, life doesn't always follow them, and that's okay. We are stepping into a world that doesn't need more perfection. It needs more people who care, people who lead with kindness, not ego, who embrace differences rather than fearing them. In a world that is so quick to divide, it is often easier to judge than to spend the time to understand. But when we lead with judgment, when we build walls instead of bridges, we may find ourselves isolated by the very barriers we construct. If we want to belong, we must first be willing to let others belong too. So to the class of 2025, build your future on that, on kindness, on acceptance, and you may find that that is exactly what the world reflects back towards you. And to anyone who's ever felt like they didn't belong, to the quiet kids, the anxious ones, the kids who were left out for how they looked, spoke, or learned, to anyone who felt unseen or misunderstood, you are exactly what this world needs. You belong here just as you are, because those who felt out of place, who've had to fight for their identity, their voice, or even their right to exist just as they are, know something powerful, empathy. And empathy is what drives real change. Going forward, many of us now face a new and unfamiliar world beyond these walls. It's bigger, more complex, and extremely intimidating. But if my experience here has taught me anything, it's that feeling out of place doesn't last forever. We grow into new spaces, find new communities, and learn that belonging isn't about fitting perfectly. It's about showing up, being authentic, and giving ourselves permission to take up space. So as we step into this next chapter, let us remember that it's okay to feel uncertain. It's okay to be scared, because that's just the start of discovering where we truly belong. And yes, we will fail. We'll procrastinate out of fear. We'll hesitate to chase our dreams because the thought of falling short is terrifying. But failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the path to it. And every stumble teaches us how to rise with more grace, more grit, and more compassion. To my fellow graduates, the world is wide, and it won't always welcome us with open arms. But we are strong enough to open those doors for ourselves and to hold them open for others. Go out, be brilliant, be kind, be loud in your truth. Whatever path you choose after this, it's going to be scary, but that's okay. Don't let anyone else tell you where you belong. That's for you to decide. Thank you.
Thank you, Mercedes. Please remain seated for the recessional until all the grads have left the floor area. Those seated in the Performing Arts Center should remain seated as the recessional is ending. The graduates will be recessing through the pack after they leave the main gym. Following the recessional, a designated crew will be clearing the chairs from the floor for the Grand March. You are invited to occupy the grad bleachers or find a spot to stand along the wall. Those seated in the front row, please move your chair in front of the staging and allow guests who are older or less mobile to sit in that front row. Guests seated at the north, west, and south ends are invited to remain where you are. We thank you for your help in stacking these chairs into groups of 10. These stacks will be removed by our designated crew. Once again, everyone, the graduating class of 2025.
I said, remember this moment in the back of my mind. The time we stood with our shaking hands, the crowds in stands went wild. We were the kings and the queens, and they read off our names. The night you danced like you knew our lives would never be the same. You held your head like a hero on a history book page. It was the end of the decade, but the start of an age. Long live the walls that crash through, all the kingdom lights shine just for me and you. I was screaming, long live all the magic we made, and bring on all the pretenders. One day we will be remembered. I said, remember this feeling. I passed the pictures around of all the years that we stood there on the sidelines, wishing for right now. We are the kings and the queens. You traded your baseball cap for a crown. When they gave us our trophies, and we held them up for our town. And the cynics were outraged, screaming, this is absurd. 'Cause for a moment a band of thieves in ripped up jeans got to rule. on me forever. But if God forbid fate should step in and force us into a goodbye, if you have children someday, when they point to the pictures, please tell them my name.
The Grand March is a long-standing tradition at William E. Hay. The present Grand March music was written and recorded by Cam Ambrose, a former William E. Hay graduate. Today's music is the second version he has produced for our school. Again, after the Grand March, there will be a class waltz, followed by the parent or family waltz. We invite other family members and friends to then share dances with their grad. Ladies and gentlemen, the Grand March for 2025.
couple cane posts sitting down by the creek. Lines in the water, watching those bobbers, seeing that red sun sink. Mama's on the porch yelling supper's hot. Y'all come and get it. We yelled 5 more minutes. At 16 it was 12:03, standing at her front door. And Katie's dad said midnight, but we needed just a little more. Yellow light flipping on and off, interrupting that good night kissing. We wanted 5 more minutes. Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it and give myself 5 more minutes. 18, turned my helmet in, walked to the 50-yard line. Just the coach and me after we lost 8-10-9. And I cried, man, next time to get in here, I'll have to buy a ticket. Can't you give me 5